Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Whew. The end of that one got emotional, folks. Not gonna lie. Not gonna friggin' lie. And new. I didn't know if they were gonna do it. That one put a lump in my throat, folks. I am so happy for Cross. Oh, man. He put out a very, sincere, emotional post yesterday on his Facebook and thanking everybody. He's like, no matter how you supported me over the years, he goes, no matter what tomorrow, thank you for no matter what happens tomorrow, thank you for everything. And I just left him a very brief message. I said, you got this, champ. You got this. He did it. And I'm surprised that, think just booking wise, I'm surprised they're taking it off Keith this early. But they really slingshot Cross to the top quick. I mean, he went through just a handful of opponents. Not even, was it? First one was Ciampa. Speaking of Ciampa, Ciampa's coming back this Wednesday. Ronnie says Killer Cross and Scarlett are the new power couple. Absolutely, man. They are booking them great. I mean, I'm really, when people just look, politics aside, we're not going to get into the whole, oh, well, he should have been Impact. No. We're not having that discussion. If you're thinking that, stop. Okay. We're not having that discussion. Okay. Let's just say I'm pleasantly surprised with how well he's doing this quickly. I mean, they must really see something in him. I mean, we all know, right? We've known for years. I've known for years. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm a genius and I know it all. But I've been following Cross for years. And I said, given the proper platform, this guy is going to be an absolute monster. And he is. What they're doing with him right now is like next level compared to, I think, almost anyone that they've booked. Seriously. I mean, it's old school, big, badass monster booking. It's Undertaker style delivery. It really is. Do I wish? The only thing that could have topped this, folks, is if they stuck this card in the Amway Center. I said it yesterday. I said, give these kids the freaking Amway Center for just one night and then stick them in Full Sail the rest of whatever. A wrestling fan who doesn't know it all? Blasphemy. Jay knows it all. No, I don't know it all. Thank you, but no. Coffee? Yes, it's coffee because I'm freaking just tired, man. I've told you guys how much I've been doing lately. Just I'm exhausted. I'll admit I dozed off twice during the show, but it was for like a quick minute, and all of a sudden, because I had the volume cranked, so if something happened, boom, I woke up. So I missed like a move or two, so literally, that's it. Undertaker was loyal. F off Cross at Sky. Okay. All right. That's your opinion. That's fine. I'm not saying Cross is as good as Undertaker. I'm just saying the way they're booking him now over the next 10 years, they're gonna shoot him straight to the top and he's gonna headline something. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Okay. See, I knew someone was gonna go off. F Cross. It's all good. It's all good. So I switched things around from what I said last night. I said I was going to do AEW first and then do NXT TakeOver. But when I sat down to watch AEW, it was on delay. And by the time it started, they literally started neck and neck. So I literally had to toss a coin basically. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just go with NXT. And then afterwards I'll do AEW. I only had one thing spoiled for me. No spoilers, please, if you did watch AEW as well. Wow, that's some bold predictions there, Ronnie. So we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna review NXT, and then I'm going to watch AEW Dynamite, and then I'm gonna come back. It's scheduled for like 11 my time. I should be able to knock it out. If I fast forward through all the commercials, if I have to adjust something, I'll adjust something. But that's the plan. That's the plan. So yeah, last cup of coffee, and I got a Mountain Dew set for the next show. So we're doing this. We are doing this. I tell you what, I needed this. I needed this in the worst way. Okay. I'll get to NXT in a second. I'm just going to let you know why I needed this moment from Cross tonight. Okay. I woke up to the news that Frankie Banali, you know, I'm an old hard rock, heavy metal hippie. I woke up to the news this morning that Frankie Banali, drummer of Quiet Riot, passed away. He succumbed to pancreatic cancer. It took him, and he was literally just got home like a week ago. He had 2 blood transfusions. He had a stroke. He was not doing good, and he went home to rehab. So I don't know how good the outlook was at that time, but he passed away yesterday afternoon. So I woke up to that news this morning. And yeah, that just kind of wiped out my day. I'm be honest. That really that was some hard news to choke down. I'm probably gonna do a tribute to him in the next few days as part of my Jacked Up Jukebox series. I haven't done one of those in a while. Doing the 2, yeah. Reviewing AEW. Yes, I just said I'm doing AEW tonight. You gotta listen. So yeah, I needed this pick me up. This really fired me up. That match was epic. But let's go back to the start here. So they kick off the preview show with this. I mean, they went gangbusters all the way through this. This show, I give this show 5 stars, folks. This was really good. Even though I've been out of touch with NXT. You know, I basically knew everyone involved. A couple new faces. And I wasn't that out of touch with the storylines that I didn't have a clue what was going on. They did a nice little review before each one, or reminder, I should say, how things came to be. So they laid out that Karrion Kross Keith Lee promo right at the top of the preview show, and man, I was like, man, this is gonna be good. I mean, they've been really, really promoting the hell out of Karrion Kross, these workout videos, these cinematic style promos that they're putting him in, stuff with Keith Lee. I mean, it's been gold. Like, they don't do this on the main roster. I don't know why they don't do this on the main roster. I think this would really draw a decent crowd. You put this much work, just the promo from these two guys. You do that kind of stuff on the main roster? My gosh. Could you imagine how the tides would turn? You know? I mean, that's the kind of stuff they should be doing with Retribution to make them believable. Oh, we took out catering. Oh, what's next? What's next? You know, come on. This is a perfect example. Look, I don't know if it's like the same people doing this stuff or booking whatever. Actually, I heard the NXT head writer just resigned. Not re-signed, resigned. He's gone. So that's interesting. That name I never even heard before, you know? So, but nonetheless, that we go into a three-way for the number one. This is for the number one contendership of the NXT Tag Team Championships. So the Tag Team Championships were not on the line for this special. Very rare that these weren't. Very interesting. But nonetheless, we continue. So Breezango, Tyler Breeze, and Fandango. Man, I'll be honest. It's been a long time since I've seen these guys. And they looked like $1 million friggin' bucks. They really did. You got Danny Burch and Oni Larkin. Solid tag team. They really are. I mean, they're a hard-working duo. Haven't seen them in a while, but they work great together. Then now these guys, this crew, I know them, but I'm not familiar with their current work, what they're doing. This whole thing that they got, the Legado de Fantasma. I know it's Phantasma's. Oh, excuse me. I know it's Phantasma's stable. I just haven't seen them all together, you know. But it's Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde, formerly DJZ. Looks great. They all look great. These guys went. This was a lot of fun. I'll be honest. Not seeing these guys in a while. Man, Breezango won this one. And like I said, they looked like $1 million bucks. I mean, they sold me on how good they still are as a tag team. I mean, they still got the gimmick. And it's goofy. But man, once they hit the ring, all bets are off. They really tore it up. So Breezango is the new I gotta chuckle a little bit, you know. It's hard to take them serious sometimes, but hey, they pulled it off. Now we got Vic Joseph and Corey Graves doing the honors for the commentating, and then Beth Phoenix came in later. But she wasn't there at the top of the show. Maybe she was there. You know, she was there in the pre-show, but she wasn't at the top of the main show. And then she came in like partway through the first match. I think that's how it went. But Beth Phoenix, Vic Joseph, congrats to Vic Joseph. I don't know where. Oh, damn it. See, now I haven't watched it in so long. Ronaldo, sorry. does he do like the stuff from home or something? Because he wasn't there. I'm not sure how they're doing this. Didn't realize that was TJC. Yeah, that's him. But I'll tell you what, Corey Graves coming back to do this, that was actually really cool. I like that. He worked well with Vic Joseph. Congrats to him for doing that. So we got Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher. Now, this is the first time I'm seeing Timothy Thatcher in this setting. He was, now I am familiar with his work. The guy is one of the best knockdown, drag out, real grapplers out there. The guy is crazy. He's crazy good. He was one of the longest reigning Evolve champions when I started watching Evolve on Flow Slam. Look at that, I remembered it again. But how much these two were just doing some, I mean, it reminded me of like an old Benoit match. That's how much I loved it. It really was good. Not to put a dark thing over it or nothing. That's just style-wise, okay? I'm not thinking big picture here. I'm trying to just, like Benoit Kurt Angle. That's what it felt like to me, okay? That's the highest compliment I can give these guys. Or Dean, you want to switch a name around, throw Dean Malenko in there, okay, if that makes you feel better. Finn Balor won this one, and this was anybody's game, honestly. Timothy Thatcher looked like $1 million out there. Finn Balor won with the 1916 DDT, and all I wrote down was, wow. This is his 12th. They said his 12th takeover win. So he's been pretty successful. I mean, he's getting a hell of a streak there. I mean, I don't know if you could compare it to Taker down the road, maybe, sort of, kind of, I mean, it's just like on a different level, Bell's boy is in here. Greetings, J-Bone. Congratulations to Karrion Kross, the new NXT champion. And spoilers, dude. No, that's the one spoiler I did get. But no more spoilers, please. I have not watched it yet. Because I heard a ping on my phone, and what do you know? From Ringside News. I should have just turned my phone off. That's the one spoiler I got. So I don't know anything else. So no spoilers. They're doing this to test how strong you need to be in order to qualify as Vince-proof. Huh. Oh, thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. Is Pritchard the guy in charge of the main roster storylines now? As far as I know, yes. But they're trying to, I think they're eventually going to ease the burden on him. I heard a rumor about Shane McMahon, but then I think it was like not true. But yeah, he's in charge of like all the writers. Like he gets the final say before it gets to Vince. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot on his shoulders. There is. Remember when Breezango was doing that detective stuff? Dude, that was so much fun. I remember that. They were trying to solve the case. And Fandango always talked like this. Paul says, I love Finn. So, but yeah, great match. I was like, wow, it's going to be hard to top this as far as like quality graps. It really is. But the whole show just, I mean, There wasn't a bad match on the show, and I was pleasantly surprised. We'll get to that. We're pleasantly surprised about the McAfee Cole match. We'll get to that. So Finn Balor wins here. Can't wait to see what's next for both these guys. I mean, I'm really happy that Timothy Thatcher is on this show, that they signed him. But I'll tell you what, who's the name of that manager he had in Evolve? He's one of the best managers out there in wrestling today, and he's part of NXT. But I don't think he's been on TV yet. Like in the crowd, he's been on TV, but I don't think he's like actually managed anyone on TV yet. Someone please remind me who that is, because he's changed. The thing is, he keeps changing his name like every couple months, or they change his name or something. So it's really hard to keep track. But I haven't seen anything from him in a while. Those two had some great chemistry in Evolve. I'm just saying. Stokely Hathaway, thank you, Sting, a.k.a. Malcolm Bivens. Malcolm Bivens. Bivens is the name of that guy from Belle Biv DeVoe, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, ABC, BBD. The East Coast family. Oh, sorry. Little early 90s hip-hop for you there. See, that's why it's called J-Bone's Jacked Up Jukebox. You never know what's gonna spin in my head. Just love music. Next. Oh, my Lord. What a train wreck. What a glorious train wreck. I mean, in a positive way. Whew. NXT North American Championship 5-way ladder match. This reminded me of last year's when it was Ricochet, Lars Sullivan, Dream was out there, Cole, and I know I'm forgetting someone, but there was like 5 or 6 people in that match, and that was just insane. One of my favorite ladder matches of the year, honestly. Because that's still, you don't see ladder matches all the time, which is good. But this one, man, did they tear the house down as far as, I mean, it was very well choreographed how they set stuff up for spots and everything. It was very well done. And there were some new faces in here, too, that I wasn't super familiar with. Namely, Bronson Reed. Like I've heard people talk about Bronson Reed, but I never really seen him wrestle. But as soon as he came out, I loved him because he had the jacket on and the flames and the colors, and I was like, whoa. Complete flashback to the late 80s, early 90s. I was like, dude, that looks like that getup looks like Bam Bam Bigelow. And then like 3 seconds later, Beth Phoenix said something like, yeah, he's got the jacket on in a tribute to Bam Bam Bigelow. And I went, yeah, I knew that. It just clicked. Just looked like it. Remember the flames from Bam Bam Bigelow? And oh man, I miss Bam Bam. He was so good. I loved him back in the day. I really did. And I know he went on to ECW and stuff afterwards, but man, I really want to watch that stuff now because I watched his WWF stuff. But all right, so who else was in this? Johnny Gargano, Cameron Grimes. I was impressed with Cameron Grimes. It's been a while since I've seen him. And I was like, man, I don't know if they're going to do anything with him. But, man, I mean, he looked great in this match. He really did. Velveteen Dream looked great in this match, too. And, of course, Damien Priest with the tribute to HBK. man, with the chain mail and everything. Dude, that just looked badass. I could not believe how insane the bumps were in this match. I mean, they really tore it up. Damien Priest, though, is your new NXT North American champion. I was rooting for either, honestly, I was rooting for either him or Bronson Reed, because Bronson Reed really impressed me in this match. For a big guy, he reminded me, he was, what was I thinking during the match? Oh, I was like, man, if Bam Bam Bigelow and AC Romero had a baby, you know what I'm saying? That's what it reminded me of. Great stuff, though. Great stuff. Yeah, it might be the best ladder match I've seen this year, because I know I've seen others this year that have really tore down the house. I can't remember like off the top of my head, but EC3 was in that. Thank you. I just looked at the chat. Thank you. Michael Bivens here, and I'm running the show. Bell Biv DeVoe. Now you know. Yo, slick below. It's driving me out of my mind. Oh, sorry. That girl is pausing. Bam Bam, he had the best entrance music. I gotta go back and listen to what he had. I remember Cameron Grimes and Impact, the North Carolina Caveman. Yeah, man, he really was good. I really became a fan of his. He was a great X Division champion. His stuff, I'm trying to remember how I became a fan of his. They hot potatoed the X Division championship a little bit back and forth between him and someone else. Damn, I can't remember. But man, yeah, those matches. And that was a really tough the Technical Savage. It was in a real tumultuous time in the company when I was real back and forth, and then I started to really sink my teeth into Impact Wrestling and really, really support it, because it really turned a page and they started booking it great, and the talent was just tremendous. But yeah, remember when Cross crushed a cinder block on Grimes' head? Now they both competed for NXT titles. Wild. Oh yeah, that's right. That was one of Grimes' last matches in Impact too, wasn't it? Wasn't that like his send-off? I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was a send-off. What's good, Jay? Bonus match. I appreciate this NXT TakeOver review. I canceled my WWE Network subscription. Oh, I'm kidding. So it's good to keep up with what's happening. Thanks again for everything. Oh, thank you, Terrence. Thank you, man. Dude, you know me, man. I've gone back and forth with the WWE Network. This is the third time I've had it now. Take a break, come back. I almost canceled it again. I'm glad I didn't. So, Ronnie says he really liked it those years, 2016 to 2018. Yeah, I mean, that was a real turning of the page moment of the company, to transfer from the GFW back to Impact, new ownership, new TV. I mean, it was a lot of changes then, But that was the time to jump in to really come back to the company, because, man, they started bringing in people like Callahan and everything. But anyways, back to NXT. So yeah, I'll tell you the funniest part of this match is Cameron Grimes reaching underneath the ring for a ladder. He pulls out that little ladder, that little 4-footer. He's like, "What the hell?" Oh, excuse me. Great stuff though. Man, they're gonna be feeling this tomorrow. That splash off the top of the freaking ladder, the tallest ladder, onto Johnny Gargano, and Candice LeRae was on the back of Bronson Reed. So there was like, well, she's what, 4'0" I hear. So she's what, 100 pounds ish, give or take a little. So you got at least 100 extra pounds coming down. So that's between 300 to 400 plus pounds coming down on little Johnny Gargano. My God. Oh, one of the most devastating moments. Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Prime time, what's up? Who won between McAfee and Cole? It's funny you asked that. I'm just getting into that match now because that's next. Look, and I've been opinionated. I have not seen this play out on TV. I saw the infamous argument on the Pat McAfee show, or whatever the hell he calls his show. You know, Cole storms off, drops a bunch of F-bombs, shoves security, and leaves. I was like, man, whatever's brewing here stinks. It stinks to high heaven. Was not a fan of it. You know, it's obviously you can't drop F-bombs on NXT. But I was like, man, I just wasn't a fan of watching it. It just came off weird and like overplayed, you know? And I heard what happened on TV, and McAfee took him out with a punt. Then Cole challenged him. McAfee accepted or whatever happened. And then Triple H got involved with some of the talks. And I was like, man, they're actually doing this shit? They're actually... was not happy about it. I was like, what the hell kind of exhibition bullshit is this? So I was about to skip this match. I was about to skip this match and make this my piss break. Just get up, stretch my legs, whatever. I think I got up to refill my coffee, and then I stopped in the middle of the room. I'm looking over my couch at the TV, and I'm like, wow, this is starting. All right, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. It was highly choreographed, but it was well done in my opinion. I'm not going to give it 5 stars or nothing. God, it kills me to freaking say this shit. McAfee impressed me. He impressed me. He really did. I mean, Cole made him look like $1 million. Let me put it that way, okay? But the stuff that McAfee did on his own, like the flip backwards, landed on his feet, he did the senton off the top, or swanton, whatever you call it, that impressed me. It wasn't just a guy that was pushing and shoving and had one move with a kick. He did some wrestling. He did that superplex off the top rope. He did moves that surprised me. So for what it's worth as an exhibition match, it was, I was like, I'd have been upset if McAfee won. Cole won. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so you hear the stuff about Cole's contract coming up, which you always take that with a grain of salt, because 9 times out of 10 they come back with that like a month later. Oh, I'm sorry, we were wrong. It's actually this time. Slow news day. We just decided to put out some bullshit to get everybody talking. like it does always. So I don't know. But I was like, man, is this how Cole's leaving the company? They give him some bullshit like this and have him actually lose to McAfee? Well, Cole won. I'm glad Cole won because Cole was the longest reigning NXT champion of all time. Something like that. And I feel a little bad I missed, a bunch of it because I just had been out of touch with NXT. But I've seen a good chunk of the matches he had as far as like the big ones. He's only 33. Wait, who? Is it McAfee's 33 or Cole is 33? I heard Rip Rogers trained McAfee. Yeah, I heard something about that too. I don't know like how much. Watch McAfee pull a D'Angelo Williams and retire after one match. Some just want that little taste. Some that's all they do, So for what it's worth, yeah, McAfee, God, it still hurts. Hurts like cranking that arm into a submission. It hurts, but friggin' he impressed me. Do I want to see him wrestle again? No. But did he do well against Cole and Cole helped make him look like $1 million? Yeah. So that's a compliment to Cole. Okay? That is a total compliment to Cole right there. Pat's a regular in the crowd at OVWs, and no surprise Rip Rogers trained him. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Interesting. So yeah, I didn't want to spend too much time on that, but Adam Cole wins with his Panama City Sunrise. Cole looked good. The psychology during the match, where McAfee would do something and Cole would be like, oh, they played that well. So, all right, next we got the NXT Women's Championship. Now, this is the one that I was probably out of touch with the most as far as the ladies. No offense to the ladies. I heard Io Shirai was champ. I know she's damn good. I've been following her on and off for the last handful of years. I saw her show up in Lucha Underground. So was that season 2? Season 1? Season 2, one of the two. She was one of the 3 girls that attacked Pentagon. So it was like a gauntlet match, whatever. But yeah, crazy. Right then I knew she was good. She came over from Stardom for one taping, I think, or something like that. Pentagon took them all out, but it was cool though. Dakota Kai, good to see her like kicking ass as a heel and not being like the timid. They actually said this in the promo too. He said, I remember when you were crying in the face of Shayna Baszler or something like that, and quivering, whatever they said in the promo. But she's there with Raquel Gonzalez. Quite the muscle in the corner, I haven't really seen anything else from her other than I know she debuted somewhere within the last year and has been the backup of Dakota Kai for a little while. But yeah, great match between these two. I think I dozed off just once, like right towards the very end. Started getting a little tired. Yeah, no offense to the women. It just, it's a long day. And yeah, it is what it is. It's no offense to the women. So Io Shirai retains here. A little surprised because Dakota was really working over pretty good. And Gonzalez attacks Io Shirai at the end here, and then Rhea Ripley comes down and evens the odds, and had a nice little stare down with Raquel Gonzalez. So I guess watch for something between them coming up. Rhea Ripley's great though. I've seen some of her matches. She was part of WrestleMania too. Unfortunately, lost to the Queen. So, and then we get the announcement of September 17th. So just a month away, just less than a month away. NXT UK Returns. So they're going to do tapings over there. I don't know what kind of. I'm sure there'll be some kind of press release that comes out with this within the next few days, as far as details, what they're going to show, where they're taping this, who's all involved. I know they let a few people go during that whole speak out thing. I didn't hear any details, and I'm not going to get into that discussion. I just know that stuff happened. Whatever. And then there was a promo for Tommaso Ciampa. He's returning this Wednesday. So I know that there's rumors about him running Retribution. So does that shoot down everything that's been rumored about him and Donovan? I can't think of his name. He was in the promo with Karrion Kross. Kross took him out. Dijakovic, whatever his name is. Don't want to go off subject. Did you see AEW? No, I didn't watch it yet. I heard one spoiler about the TNT Championship. That's all I heard. I don't know anything else. I'm going to watch it after this. Pray to God I can stay awake through it. I'm going to watch it after this and review it afterwards. So you're getting a twofer tonight. Dijakovic, yep, thank you. I couldn't spit it out. Right on the tip of my tongue. I could see it. I just couldn't. Die. Like I said, we're just going to start just calling them Die. Keep it simple, right? How are you going to watch AEW and have time for a review? Because we're just doing it. Because coffee, that's why. Jiminy Christmas. All right. So we go outside, and there's a big old, what is that, a big old Hemi, whatever? What do they call those? Can't think of what kind of, I'm not a car brand guy. I'm not a car guy. But he's got some big souped up vehicle outside. Damien Priest gets interviewed by, what was it, Mackenzie Mitchell? Is that who that was, or is that someone else? I don't know. Dijak. Yeah, there you go. Keep it simple. Just give him that back again. Trying to interview Damien Priest and says, well, hey, if you want to talk to me, you got to come along for the ride for the party. I got a party to go to. So he walks around the vehicle, slaps down his championship on the little steps there leading into the hot tub, and he's got women in the hot tub waiting for him with a little bit of the bubbly. So congrats again. Excuse me. Congrats again to Damien Priest, the new North American NXT champion. Just living like a rock star. pretty slick. We get that promo again that they showed at the top of the pre-show, which was put along to Metallica's Frantic. Man, I haven't heard that song in a while, and I was not a really big fan of that when it came out. Just something felt off about it. Like, I know it was Metallica, but it sounded tinny. Like, I couldn't stand the drums in that one. But that song, criticism aside on the music, that song was perfect for this promo that they played to Frantic. It really was. Like I said, that promo was mint. The whole build-up they showed of Lee versus Cross. They showed Lee winning against Cole. He had 2 belts. They showed the confetti, but then they showed Cross staring down at him. And then everything after that. But man, that is one of the best promos I've seen as far as build up to a big match in a while. Seriously. It was great. I don't know how else to say it. And of course we got the main event now. I touched on it in the beginning, but the edit for the NXT Championship, Keith Lee defending versus Karrion Kross, came out with Scarlett. Man, they left that one all in the ring. Tremendous back and forth, classic limb work. It's one thing you guys know that I always I love it. Classic limb work, great storytelling in the ring. Knocked it out of the park. 5-star match in my opinion. You know, I'm no Meltzer. Some of you guys treat me like I'm better than Meltzer. I'm not Meltzer. But man, this was so much fun to watch. It really was. And congrats to Karrion Kross, aka Killer Kross. Been a fan of his for 5-ish years now. He's just been killing it. AAA, Lucha Underground, Impact Wrestling, Indies. And now you're NXT champion. Man, I got a lump in my throat when it happened. I was like, oh my God, they did it. I was so happy for him. I needed that. I told you guys why earlier in the show. I really needed that. I needed that emotional pick-me-up because, man, was not in the best mood today. That's also what exhausted me. So, and new NXT champion, Karrion Kross. They just skyrocketed that son of a bitch. Just tremendous. So happy with that. So, great show. And we kept this review to under an hour. So, okay. So, the plan now is I'm just going to, get a refresher. Sit down. I'm going to watch my NBA. It was like a half an hour of NBA. So I was like, okay, so it's starting late. Hopefully they'll play it it sounds like they did play it from the beginning, tonight's Dynamite on TNT. And so I added an extra hour just to make sure you had enough, time afterwards so I wouldn't miss anything. So I'm going to, I'll fast forward through the commercials, and it's 9:30 now, so I should be pretty darn close to, let's see, I've got it scheduled for 11:30. Okay, so I've got it scheduled for in 2 hours, so we should absolutely make it. Absolutely. So we will what the hell emoji is that? I gotta click to see it. What the hell that is? Something I can't read that. I need new glasses, damn it. I really do. Bell's boy says, damn, that's the Lightning Complex fire. She jumped the 180 freeway near what? Oh, I missed something. TNI intro is longer than the main event setup intro. What? You guys are so goofy. AKA, thank you, Bell's Boy. I could not think of what they called him in Ring of Honor. Punishment Martinez. Thank you. I hate it when I forget stuff like that. Thank you. Don't grow old, kids. It sucks ass. So they made Keith Lee a transitional champion. Yeah, I'm sure that upset a lot of people. I'm very curious to see what they do with him now. Do they shoot Keith Lee? I mean, I read something recently that Vince McMahon really wants to start making some new stars. I mean, he doesn't have a choice, does he? His company is tanking bad. Did they look at Keith Lee and said, you know what? Main roster, that sumbitch. Keith Lee is great. I'm not knocking him at all. I was a huge Keith Lee fan when he was knocking it out of the park in Evolve. His rise to glory, I was watching Flow Slam and all those events. Great shit. And his match versus Chris Hero, even though they tore down all the ropes. He's a big son bitch. No, but they really tore it up. That's so yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Can't wait. So yeah, all right. So we'll be back here 2 hours, and pray that my head don't fall off in the meantime. You know what to do as we get out of here. Don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. We'll see you in 2 and 2.